Hey people, Intrigued 3v3, SDL Province, blue team. Couple of Hive Tyrants, we have Rioja and SolitudE. These guys walk through objects and cannot be suppressed. Pretty damn durable with strong disruption and support to begin in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call you Hernandez and Gutierrez. Alongside, Ruthless at heart with an Eversor assassin. A risk-reward brawler fighting in melee that explodes on death. Red team, Noisy with a Warboss, a melee hero that walks through objects. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Alongside some chaos shenanigans, Unununium with a Plague Champion. Starting off in ranged combat with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support. And rounding off the teams, Scudy is a Chaos Lord. Durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. We've got the Word Bearers DLC. Big heavyweights on the flanks, Chaos Lord versus Hive Tyrant, and Hive Tyrant versus Warboss on the west side. Warboss grabs the VP early on. We've got double shooters, we've got double termagants, and we have double stormtroopers from Ruthless at heart. No further heretics for the two Chaos players. Gutierrez here, no, this is Hernandez, sorry, has to run off the west side. Looks like the Orks are going to take it. Meanwhile in the mid, Chaos pushing through, the 2v1 against Ruthless at heart there. Meanwhile though, look at this. Gutierrez and his Tyranids are pushing up the east side to bash power. Trying to get that node down. The Hive Tyrant himself is coming to the mid to fight stuff. Spawn mine explosions. I think those heretics will be okay. Yep, they'll be okay. And the spawn mines are dealt with. Yes, they are. Looters on the way for Noisy. Double CSM for both of the Chaos players. Noisy onto the power there. Maybe? Did they bash a gen? There's no damage on the node. Strat squad don't have their Tomes of Titan yet. Those guys have to retreat through spawn mines. Grenades up already for the Stormtroopers. Those no fuse cooked frag grenades they have. Once those guys get to tier 2 and get their plasma guns, pretty damn good squad, I think. They get like 12 DPS plasmas with the overcharged suppression thing, and they've got the hot shot las guns, and they've got a grenade, and they can get the warrior acolyte. I mean, not the cheapest squad, there's a lot of upgrades, but pretty effective, I think. The Eversor assassin popping his Psychon there for 30% more damage, but he takes damage to activate it. Also gives him damage resistance while it's active, which is pretty handy. There was a grenade you saw, killed a heretic. But pretty much everything can kill a heretic. Hormagaunts flanking around on the looters. The shooter boys didn't quite shift their attention quickly enough, I don't think. But the Warboss is coming in, as are the sluggers. I think the looters will be okay. Oh, but the shooter boys won't be. Nice little snack for Hernandez there, the Hive Tyrant. Double looters for Noisy. Meanwhile, Stormtroopers on the gens. Sluggers and the looters and the Warboss will have a word over there. What is this? It is, wow, a lot of CSM. All of them with Eternal War. That is a pretty quick bashing force, actually. Maybe we'll see the Barb Strangler on the Warrior Brood to combat that blob of CSM there. Yeah, it's a pretty quick power bash. Here comes the Eversor Assassin. Might make it tough for this guy as well if they can plant their feet and focus him down. There's the Psychon. Warrior Brood are going to disrupt both of those CSM. These guys are in trouble. I don't think they're going to get away. Down they go. Excellent distraction work then from the Eversor Assassin. Allowed that Warrior Brood to come in and get that leap. And the Hormagaunts alongside them finished off those CSM pretty damn quick. Here comes some aspiring champion heretic squad shenanigans. Boom, there's the Doom Blast. Looks like they're focusing down the Hormagaunts rather than the Warrior Brood there to try and get those Synapse bombs. Down goes the Chaos Lord on retreat. Oh, Plague Champion's got a Plague Sword. Also getting fetid armor. Maybe we'll see Blight Grenades as well, because you can set up a Blight Grenade throw with your Unholy Stench. It basically guarantees the grenade will hit unless they retreat. Meanwhile, west side, Ravener Brood is up for Rioja. Hormagaunts do have adrenal glands. They're going to tear through the looters pretty damn quickly. Unless, yep, the Warboss charged in. Now look at this. Fully kitted out here. Angry Bits. Spiky armor. So bad news for the Hormagaunts to fight this guy now. And the Bang Bang Hammer. big bursts of damage. It's like 150 damage per hit, the Bang Bang Hammer, I think. Because it attacks quite slowly. And you get that buff on hit. Down goes the Hive Tyrant. Misjudged the positions of those looters, I think. Grenade and Banishment on retreat. And now they can Power Bash, maybe. We do have some Havocs up for Scudy, replacing the CSM with some Havocs. Gives you a little bit more control in the field here. Meanwhile, the Hive Tyrant recapping. He's got these Rending Talons and Warp Field. We also saw the Seismic Roar from Rioja there before he went down. Got some sneaky hidden looters here. Just hanging out behind this line of sight blocker. There's definitely no way he's taller than that, right? Do you have the Mucus Discharge or something? No. Plague Champion has that accessory slot open. Maybe we'll see the Icon of Noble in Tier 2. 409 to 443. Havoc should maybe move up a little bit. Eversor is dealt with for now. Plague Champion gets in, uses the Unholy Stench. Look how long it suppresses you for. Seismic Roar sends the Plague Champion into some trouble, maybe. He's alright. He's alright. Wants to get older. The Heretics be dead. Wants to try and get in on the Warrior Brood with that power melee weapon that ignores melee resistance. Will do really good work against the Warrior Brood. Hive Tyrant is back in amongst the Havocs. Get her out. I think he meant to say hero there. Yeah. There's an extra O on out. 383 to 443. Plague Champion is going to get revived. That'll level him to 2. There we go. Meanwhile, west side, what's going on? Got some War Banners. One of them's going to get bashed. I like how stuff falls off them as you attack. Quite fun. Warboss charging in. He's pissed. How dare you take down his War Banner. Had a picture of his face on it, probably. Puts Ard Boys on himself to help tank here. That's one of his global abilities. 25% damage resist. Whoa, that special attack absolutely destroyed those fellas. Took half their hit points. What a hit. Doing a great job holding things up here. They haven't been able to get the VP back. Look. I think that was a miss. That might have been another special that missed. Rhino on the way for Ruthless at heart. Tier 2 already for Scudy. Tier 2 soon for Unununium. Noisy with double sluggers now. Gets a stomp on the Hormagaunts. And he was doing some damage with spiky armor as they attacked him there. Looters should make the Hive Tyrant have to back off. Yep, there he goes. Got the extended Carapace. They are going to take out both of the War Banners. Meanwhile, in the mid, big blob of stuff. Plasma guns are on the way for those fellas. Not these fellas. The Rhino going for the twin-linked heavy bolter. 55 piercing DPS. Combine that with the storm bolter at the front. Quite a lot of anti-infantry damage. Looters might need to move up a bit. They still have this VP, Noisy. Rhino's going to come and bash the power, I think. Here we go. Bloodletters on the way for both of the Chaos players. Should get at least a couple of gens. That's a pretty quick power bash. Do they both have plasmas now? No, still one of them with the plasma. Yeah, 12.36 plasma DPS per plasma gun, and you get 2 of them. Pretty damn good. Warboss just chasing it off. Doesn't have the claw though. Can't do a whole lot more here, but got them away from the power at least. Here comes the blob of CSM. The CSM need to start pulling their weight. Might need to get marks for these guys to make them scary. Grenade goes in. Here comes the Chaos Lord. Got the armor of the Inferno. There it is. Let the Galaxy burn. Those guys ducked inside the Rhino. That was good awareness from Ruthless there. Hive Tyrant gets in, disrupts some stuff and runs away. Plague Champion. Oh, he's got the Icon of Nurgle. Awesome. Passively damages nearby enemies. There's some Khorne worship. There's some Nurgle worship. And we have Mark of Khorne Havocs up there from Scudy. Noxious Cloud. Going to do serious damage to those Stormtroopers. Look at that. Seen some really effective Noxious Cloud plays in the last month or so. It's like they secretly buffed it or something. Look at this. Before it was like it could never catch anything, but now it's just tearing through stuff. What's going on west side? It's red still. Shooters be capping, they have their Nob Leader. Got some sneaky looters looking out for stuff. Mark of Zinch for Unununium. What about these guys? They don't have a mark yet. I saw the Eversor Assassin sprinting in with the assault armor. Gives them charge, health, and health regen. Also got the Neuro Gauntlet. This thing is about shredding as fast as possible. As you see there, cannot do special attacks. It's all about raw DPS. Oh, he's got the hyper metabolism on. That's his global ability. Gives him health and energy regen, and it makes your ability cooldowns go away. But at the end, as you can see here, it makes him 30% more vulnerable to attacks. Gives him minus 30% damage resist basically for 10 seconds afterwards. That's why you saw him flee. But he was able to tank those heretics really well with the hyper metabolism up. It's not always easy to see when he has it, because all you can see is the energy regen hexagons. Maybe they should make a bit more of a clearer effect for that. Can make himself quite tanky. He can put hyper metabolism on and also pop rapid reflex for even more health regen. Quickly negate the health he loses from Psychon. Hyper metabolism, I think, is quite expensive though. I think it's at least 150 red. Tier 3 for SolitudE. War Truck on the way for Noisy alongside double tank busters, suggesting he wants to go bashing power. 222 to 443. Hive Tyrant in retreat path. Got some Gene Stealers up. In fact, both Tyranid players with Gene Stealers up. Warboss goes down in retreat. Strike Squad have their Justicar. Gonna bash that node pretty effectively. Meanwhile, whole bunch of stuff on the east side. Down goes the Brood Nest. Is that double Mark of Zinch? Now it is. Oh, he's got a zombie Gene Stealer. Oh, and he blew up. And a Chaos Lord with the Lightning Claws, 100 DPS power melee. A decent hit on those fellas, look at that. With the armor of the Inferno. Ouch. Banishment went in. Saw some chunks of damage though from the Icon of Nurgle. Here comes the Eversor. Seems quite... Oh, he's got the cybernetic enhancement. Here is the rapid reflex. Gives us some passive energy and energy regen too. Rapid reflex gives him, I think it's 10 health per second for 10 seconds. Which is, you know, 100 health. So it negates the health loss from Psychon completely. And it reduces his ability cooldowns as well. So nice ability. Nice accessory there. Passive and active effects. We see power bashing tank busters here. They can just duck inside of the war truck and go over here and then go over here, bash everything. Meanwhile though, big push up the east side from the blue team. 1-to-1 cap. We got some bloodletters from Scudy. Unununium looks like they cancelled their bloodletters, went for Plague Marines. There's another Noxious Cloud. Made a bunch of stuff run away. Brood Nest is up. Looks like they are going to defend the power here though. That could do some repairs maybe. I think it's worth repairing your power here now and then. Speaking of power bash, the Rhino's going at it. They might be able to get it here with the tank busters. Noisy. Holy crap, they certainly did. Rhino goes down. Eversor Assassin runs away. Starting to look dangerous, this guy sprinting around with that Neuro Gauntlet. Gene Stealers going idle there as they infiltrated there as they were idle, I mean. And we do have melee synapse up. And Rioja's Gene Stealers will benefit from this melee synapse of those guys. Can they stop the complete power bash? Looks like maybe they can. Marco Zinc CSM should be focusing on the Warrior Brood here. Markov Zinch giving you Inferno damage on your bolters and a demonic plasma gun, so excellent DPS against heavy and super heavy infantry. Also extra damage versus heroes and stuff. There's more power bashing from Noisy. Gonna get it all done. Already bashed this and already bashed that. And now double sluggers going after. They don't have any upgrades, those guys. Psychic Scream is up for Rioja. Former gaunts are dealt with, and the west side stays red. It's been red for a while, it feels like. 161 to 400, big VP lead for the red team. Warboss is going to get revived, it looks like, by Unununium. Don't think it's going to level him to 4, but it's going to be a big nice chunk of XP. War Truck now making its way back west. Might get a decent flank on these guys. Warboss and the Plague Champion getting stuck in here. Making them flee. And some more assistance there. Looks like the Tyranids are pushing the west side. We have a Neurothrope up from Rioja. Very good at dealing with clumps of infantry like this. That Cataclysm there knocking down the looters. Has to use abilities to get its energy back. As you see there, the energy is not regenerating naturally. Oh, all the sluggers died over there. Looks like the Eversor used hypermetabolism again. Now he's more vulnerable on retreat, but looks like he's going to get away. I feel like they could have finished him off there if they kept shooting him. Maybe got the heretics in with a couple of swings. Hive Tyrant charges through. Then maybe pop the Psychic Scream. Nope, use Rending Talons instead, the Seismic Roar. Tied up those CSM pretty well. There's a direct hit from the Plague Marines, I think, there, with their missile launcher. Plague Champion level 4. Doing a pretty good job tanking damage there, actually. Uncapped west side, but here come the Orks. Warboss is only level 2. Might charge those guys. Here it comes. It's such a good ability. Not only is it a charge, but it gives him massive damage bonus, as you can see there, and health regen. 127 to 400. Stomp is actually really well dodged. War Truck needs to be careful. We got Grey Knight Terminators on the way and a Swarm Lord on the way. We've got tanks on the field already. Scudy has a Mark of Khorne tank here hanging out. Needs to move it up. SolitudE asking for some AV maybe. So perhaps we'll see the Hive Tyrants transition to Venom Cannons perhaps. And the Eversor can get a Melter Bomb, which is a pretty good accessory for him. Would have to give up his enhancements though. Eversor found some CSM, trying to cap, and rips a couple of them apart. Here comes the Chaos Lord, is not happy. Oh, got plasma guns. Made him back off for a second, but he still wants to fight. There's Let the Galaxy Burn, but misses completely. And he's not going to have to deal with all this stuff. There's some Khorne worship. Leads him back to the autocannon. There's that destructive strike. But does go down still. I don't know if these guys are going to get away, because they're going to chuck grenades on them, yeah. And then just shoot them to death, yep. Havocs do not escape. There's that Predator tank. What about your Predator? Gone for the Mark of Nurgle. Makes your tank super tough with some health regen, buttload of health, and melee resistance. The Mark of Khorne just makes your guns better. Which, I mean, is a pretty good upgrade for a tank, to be honest. Guns be better. Warboss gets the stomp and then charges out. 116 to 376. So the blue team are starting to eat into that lead a little bit. We have double flash kits now for Noisy, who has tons of red for a Rocks. Swarm Lord is on the field, providing a speed and reinforcement synapse. Also pretty damn good in melee combat, as you may expect. The conversion beamer taking out the War Truck there. Overcharged plasma shutting down the CSM block. Stormtroopers then need to run. Big fight here, holy crap. Flash gets getting shots in now. Try and target those Warrior Brood models, I think. I don't think I've seen a touch of Nurgle yet. Blue team trying to push against this. Well, the flash kits can't really touch the Swarm Lord. And a Mark of Nurgle tank won't do great against the Swarm Lord either. Is that the Chaos Lord that went down? I think that was the Chaos Lord that went down there. Oh, we do see Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant. Look at that. Gives him a ranged anti-vehicle weapon. Looks like he's going for the bonded exoskeleton too, to just be super tough. Down to 88 VPs though, blue team. They have sizable armies and did put a dent into the red team there. What is this? Just some Hormagaunts capping. Eversor up to level 4. And once that melter bomb for the tanks. Another tank on the way for Unununium, and Scudy has some Chaos Terminators going for the Lightning Claws. Oh, there's Bio Meltdown from the Eversor Assassin. Looks like he's going to get away. That's a global ability. Basically damages the Eversor and everything around him, including allies. But you can do some serious damage to enemies if you time it right and position yourself well. And if he explodes, if he dies rather, while under the effects of Bio Meltdown, big old explosion, even bigger than usual. Blue team looking quite strong on the west side with a Carnifex and a Swarm Lord there. What kind of Carnifex do we have? Oh, I can't see it in the roster. Lightning Claw Terminators tearing through infantry, which is what they do. If you don't have vehicle armor, you're in trouble if you face those guys, basically. It's a Neuro Throat. We have a Venom Cannon Carnifex. Nob Squad on the way for Noisy, who still has tons of red. I've not seen a Rocks yet. I don't think we've seen any nukes yet, have we? I don't think so. Scudy used their red on the Terminators. Lots of damage going in on this Hive Tyrant. Puts up his invulnerability there. 82 to 333. Massive fight. Conversion Beamer trying to get shots in. Swarm Lord with the Leech Essence chasing off all those CSM. Look at that. Yep, they're going to keep them at bay, I think. Flash gets trying to stay in the fight. And they have. Just got to choose those targets, maybe get the Venom Brood. What is this? Hormagaunts. Are they being thrown away for population, or have they just been forgotten about? Oh, they retreated, which suggests they were just forgotten about. Poor Hormagaunts. Down they go. Good range on that Conversion Beamer. Some repairs from the Heretics. Here comes Ruthless at heart. Eversor charging through. What can he do against a Nob Squad? Not quite enough, it seems like. Nob Squad popping their frenzy there. Going after the Grey Knight Terminators, but the Nob Squad are pretty low. It's all about choosing your targets well. When you're in a big, crazy fight like this, whoever has the best target discipline usually comes through. Lightning Claw Terminators are absolutely going mental here, soaking up tons of damage, tearing through stuff. Conversion Beamer's pushed up, which is going to get it exploded, has to run away. Here comes the Chaos Lord now. Let the Galaxy burn. Man, those Chaos Terminators did a massive amount of work there. Red team pushed through, they did lose a Predator tank. And now a Tyrant formation. Looks like they should be okay though. What do we see in terms of levels on the CSM? Level 3, level 2, and level 2. Double Chaos Predators for Unununium. Gone for the Mark of Zinch here. Help them take down the big monstrous creatures. Carnifex barely made it out. Got pretty low there. Here comes the Eversor. I don't think I've seen him chuck the Melter Bomb yet. But I'm sure they have. Absolutely wrecked there. Can't send them in alone, can ya? Perfect for like sprinting in off the flank and just wrecking stuff in the back line. 82 to 247 on the VPs. A single cap for the Blues. Thanks to this guy. The Strike Squad getting through onto the VP here. With their Justicar and stuff. Chaos Lord is in retreat, so he can't fight him. And he actually grabbed it. They actually got it. Tanker's going to go and have a word. SolitudE is going to put up his invulnerability shield to try and get a decap here. Still no nuke from Noisy. 976 red. I feel like they should have nuked in that last engagement. That last big fight, they should have dropped a Rocks in. You guys going to get the VP? There he goes. There they go. Yeah, the Chaos Terminators soaked up a massive amount of damage heading into the Halar. Nob squad getting the cap now. Red team need to try and get onto that VP. I'm not sure what they could use to do it effectively though. Maybe the Chaos Lord could just get through there. We've got a Pain Boy up for Noisy. He's got that stronger Git source to support the Nobs and might also get the Cyborg implants. Oh, there's the Melter Bomb. And no, I don't think using Psychon buffs the damage of the Melter Bomb or anything else. Only buffs the damage of his attacks, the Psychon. 77 to 200. Pain Boy got a decap. Here comes the Nob squad. They're going to need that Git source. Where's that Git source? Pain Boy's moving up to use it. There it is. Allows those Nobs to tank way better. I think Git source is set to be nerfed in the next update actually. Nerfed a little bit. Massive fight here again. Can the red team hold on to this VP? Too much here, I think, for them to hold. 2v1 against Noisy. Basically, the tank's showing up a little bit late. Again, need to choose their targets well. Which isn't always easy with a tank, but they can switch targets as they move around and stuff. Ouch. Bioplasma took a big chunk off that tank. The other one almost finished it. Nob squad still in play. Soaking up so much. If Noisy can get another Nob squad on the field, that would be amazing. Still no Rocks. Oh, there's a nuke though from Unununium. The Imperial Abyss. I think it might wipe out those Venom Brood. Yep, wiped them out, that was alright. 47 to 200 on the VPs. That 2-to-1 cap for the blue. That was a really good nuke actually from Unununium. Did some good work to Rioja. Trying a formation now. Where is that Rocks? Looks like they lost some of their flash kits there, Noisy. Might get some more Nobs. The Nobs have done well so far. They got their hammers now too. That's a dead Hive Tyrant. Here's the U-Jammers. One more hit will do it. Smack, there we go. Red team straight back onto the VP. Looks like they're going to get it done here. But Ruthless continues to push through the mid and decap this thing. Eversor, such a good brawler. If he comes up against a couple of CSM or something, he can shred them. There's not really too much to deal with though. Charges in. There's the hyper metabolism again, making really liberal usage of it, and there's the bio meltdown. Gonna see the big explosion wiping out all those heretics. So how much red have they spent on globals on the Eversor? Massive amounts. It's been like 3 hyper metabolisms I think, and 2 bio meltdowns at least. And there are 100 odd red each I think. 47 to 145. Wait for the second Carnifex, says Rioja. And why not? Scudy has a Markov Nurgle Predator tank themselves. Need some repairs back here. I think that's what the Plague Champion is trying to do. Meanwhile, Ruthless continues to put pressure on. There's a Noxus Cloud. Those plasmas going in to suppress this stuff. They got the decap. They still got the decap. 35 to 145. Double purgation now. One of them is silencers for Ruthless. There they are. Bad news for this Predator tank. Level 3 as well. They don't want to lose it. These guys have pushed forward for some reason, making them easier to shoot. Okay, retreating off. Kicking off though on the west side. Holy crap. We have a Shrine to Khorne back there. This tank is done for. That's an orbital from Ruthless. Just to keep those guys back. Termagants are trying to cap here. We've got the Chaos Terminators and the Chaos Lord in the back lines. a nuke now from Scudy. Is the Terminator's white? Maybe? I can't see him. Chaos Lord is still there. Yep, Terminators. Oh, they are alive. Look at that. Not for long, though. Down they go. Single cap for the blue team. Insane action on this west side. The Chaos Lord going for the cap now. What level is he? Level 7. Also has the Dark Halo, as you've seen, I'm sure. Warboss getting stuck into Gene Stealers. Doing a bunch of damage with his spiky armor. Now switches to Heavy. Still only level 3, and we still haven't seen a Rocks from Noisy. That's crazy. Scudy with a Great Unclean One on the way, but they lost a lot of stuff here. That might have just broken the red team. I think the blue team have maybe done enough now. There's the Holocaust on the knobs. Popping their frenzy afterwards. Going after the Grey Knight Terminators, but they got crippled, did they? I think they got crippled maybe by the Termagants. We're going to have the Plague Champion and the tank looking after this VP. What is this? The Eversor pushing through. Looks like he's going to get away. Been fun to see that Eversor charging around like a lunatic. Level 4 Mark of Nurgle Predator. 1630 hit points on that thing. Pretty nuts. I wonder if it gets more health regen as it levels up. Maybe. Great Unclean One is almost out. Vindicator Assassin on the way for Ruthless here. Another Carnifex for Rioja. Noisy is hurting on requisition. Oh man, down goes the tank. That level 4 tank goes down. Unclean One inbound. Yeah, Noisy wants these rec points back so he can reinforce his stuff. But we still haven't seen the Rocks. Where are the Rocks? Look at this blob. Rock that. 35 to 85. Tyrant formation. The Warboss trying to cap here. Knob squad soaking up absolutely everything as hard boys on the knobs there. Looks like the Stormtroopers are going to wipe. Yep, some Stormtroopers wiped over there. Absolute madness. Here comes a Great Unclean One. Uses Cloud of Flies on nothing. Red team have lost a lot though. There's the big old Nurgle Vomit. Knocks the Hive Tyrant off the cap. Great Unclean One's going to take so much damage here, and I don't think it has enough support. It might. Takes down the Hive Tyrant. Needs to get over here and tie this stuff up that's doing so much damage to it. But look, the Tyranids push into the back lines of the red team. There's some more Chaos Terminators, this time from Unununium. Down to just 9 VPs, the blue team hit. Holocaust on the Knob Squad. Great Unclean One is going to go down. Down it goes. Termagants get the cap though. Double here for blue. What is this? It's the Vindicator Assassin grabbing the VP. Might die doing it. I think they are going to die doing it, but... Oh, look at that. The Vindicator gives you a zombie scout. That's a bit wrong. That's a bit wrong. Triple cap for the blue team there. Looks like they have done enough. What a game. Did not deal with the Carnifexes. Just didn't deal with them well enough. Needed some... I mean, it's tough. But I feel like the Havocs... They should have had some Las Cannon Havocs up. Maybe a Blast Master or two to try and disrupt. But it was tough. But why didn't Noisy use their Rocks? They could have used a couple of Rocks, which might have made a big difference. And there's the game. Double cap at the end. Down to just 9 VPs. The red team... Sorry. The blue team takes it. Level 8 Hive Tyrant here for Rioja. Level 6 Eversor Assassin. With that awesome Neuro Gauntlet. Level 6 for SolitudE's Hive Tyrant. We had a level 4 Warboss, very nearly level 5. Plague Champion, level 8. Did some good work with his Icon of Nurgle and his sword. Scudy's Chaos Lord, also level 8. was really in the wars, went down a bunch of times, but certainly killed a bunch of stuff too. It was a pretty nuts one, guys. There you have it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.